Time for Stream Dreamin'.
Welcome back to Stream Dreamin', everyone. I'm glad you're here. So the other day I was out camping and this nice lady came up and started talking to me about my Airstream Basecamp. She had a lot of questions. She wanted to know about the reliability, any service issues that I'd had, things that I'd done to it, things that I'd had to fix, how it towed, the tongue weight, did I use a weight distributing hitch, what did I tow it with, on and on and on and on. She had great questions. At the end though, she asked me a question I wasn't really prepared for. And that was, if you hadn't purchased your Airstream Basecamp, what would you have bought? Well, in my case, I don't think I would have bought anything. Because, you see, I'd always wanted an Airstream. I always associated Airstream with quality, with this as being the pinnacle of travel trailers. And when I saw the Basecamp and got inside one, I fell in love. And I thought, this is the perfect trailer for me. So I found one and bought it. It was pretty much that simple. But her question got me thinking. I've owned a Basecamp for 3 years now. Is there something better? Well, that led me to a trailer made by Oliver, the Oliver Travel Elite and Travel Elite 2. Now they just started selling through dealers, and I found a dealer near me in Orem, Utah. So I went to Nolan's RV and checked it out. And here's what I found.
Hey, we're at Neil's RV Center in Orem, Utah. And this is the Oliver Travel Elite 2. My first impression is this is a pretty plain looking trailer. Very sleek, very clean, but very plain. But look at this. Look at how aerodynamic it is. And look at this aluminum box. I guess you could put a generator, put whatever you want in there, but that is a nice custom made 1/4 inch thick aluminum box with a lining. That's really fantastic. A nice jack, electric jack, great tongue, aluminum frame. Yeah, no windows on the front to break. Nice side windows. Very clean, very sleek. Electrical input. I don't like that system as much as the smart plug on the Airstream Basecamp. What's this? Oh, now this is beautiful. This is utterly fantastic. Look at that. The batteries are all strapped down. They slide out, easy to service. Look at the cables. Everything is just perfect. Perfect. All the cables are wrapped. The batteries are strapped down. Oh, a switch for the battery heater or a heater pad. I don't know which. I'm guessing it's a heater pad. But look at that. Look at how easy that is to get to. Wow. Okay. I am thoroughly impressed with this. Now, if I could just figure that out, it's pretty simple. Part of the challenge is doing everything left-handed and holding the camera. Okay, let's look underneath here. Nice. You can see the aluminum frame. I like that. Let's have a look at that suspension. Yeah, shocks. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, look at that. Look how clean that is. That is like a solid piece of fiberglass front to back, and then you have a nice aluminum frame to support it. Now, there are 4 shell components for the Oliver. 2 on the bottom, 2 on the top, an inner and an outer in each case. Solar port, like that. What do we have here? Storage, nice. It's deep. Shower, yes. Oh, look at that, how that hose goes in and out. Oh, I like that. Very slick. You paying attention to that Airstream? That's nice. Very nice. Black drain, gray drain. Nice. It's nice that it's tucked up in there where it's not going to get torn off. That's something that always troubled me about the Basecamp. Okay. These 2 ports to the rear are for cable TV. Bumper. Nice. Look, you've got a jack there. You can, or not a jack, but a receiver hitch, so you can put your bike rack there. Nice fiberglass coating around the spare tire. Backup camera, antenna, awning, nice big window. Clean. This is very clean. Nice lights. This is, looks like a hot water heater. Okay, nice. Electrical outlet, also nice. What's this? Oh, a table. Oh, I love that. That's fantastic. And look at those steps. My goodness. Screen door. Look how easy that separates. That's nice. Yeah. And that entry window is frosted. Interesting. Okay. Going inside, fire extinguisher. Oh yeah, coat rack. Lots of storage. Look how clean this is. Look how clean and neat it is. That it feels like I'm on a yacht. Seriously. Look at these storage cabinets. Lighted. As I'm looking at this, I'm wondering what they're going to look like when I pile all my stuff in there. Okay, this is fantastic. A convection microwave oven. Love that. I would love to have that in my base camp. Yeah. Sink, faucet with a sprayer. Love that. You paying attention to that Airstream? It was one of the first things I changed in my base camp. Now, these countertops are not Coriana. That was my first thought. They are fiberglass, and they're made in-house by Oliver for these units. But look how tight the finish is. Look how tight everything fits. Even this cover, it's just perfect. But there's no gaps. There's no. It's everything fits perfectly. Now, this is interesting that they mounted it sideways. The only thing I can think of is that cover is a splatter shield, and turning it sideways keeps it from splattering onto your bed or couch, whichever you're going to use that as. Reading lights, USB ports up there. Nice. Towel rack. This is a nice kitchen. There's not a lot of space to work, but there is some. This refrigerator, clean, looks good. Let's see what's inside. Oh my, I love that. Look at that ice box. Yes, yes, yes. I like that a lot. Look how clean it fits in there. It fits like a true built-in, not so much an RV refrigerator. According to Mike Neal, the owner of Neal's RV, this is the only wood in the Oliver, are the drawers. And they're dovetail. Nice sides, heavy. Construction, solid. Those aren't coming apart. That one's a little shallow because of the sink. Very nice. And they close with a solid latch. Okay, another big drawer back here with a lock. I'm guessing because of braking, they don't want it sliding out. And what's this down here? I gotta say, it is fun going to a trailer for the first time and exploring and seeing everything new. Okay, oh, that's the storage. That interior access to that storage area that we saw when we started on the outside. Nice. It's not very big, but at least you have some access. Another one of their lightweight fiberglass countertops. This storage compartment. Oh, that's deep. That's nice. Yeah. TV. Oh, look at this. Look at this air conditioner. I'm in love. I love that. Look how slim and sleek that is. Oh, and that's a Truma. That is a really quiet AC unit. The Furrion Entertainment, they could take that out. I don't care about that. Seriously, it's a nuisance. Daytime shades. This is a nice setup here. This is really nice. Nighttime shades. Yeah, you gotta love that. 2 reading lights and the overhead light. Yeah, that's nice. It's not a true blackout shade, but wow, that is nice. Okay. I'm kind of overwhelmed at just how clean everything is in here. The design, the execution, this is flawless. I mean, it just reeks quality. You've got a big cabinet here and a control center. Not too different from the Airstream. Okay, let's call that the pantry, and that's pretty spacious. Put a lot of stuff in there. More storage. It just goes all the way around. They did a good job with that. It's kind of like an airplane overhead storage. Bathroom, and I'm going to forget to show you that closet to the right. Darn it, it's a very nice closet. Look at your shower head, overhead vent. Nice. Yeah, I like that. Very nice. Mirror. And a sink. Wow, how would that be? Toilet with room to sit. Gotta love that. Window. Another storage. That one's pretty big. Nice. You put some towels in there. Here's a curtain rod or curtain track. That's kind of funky. I like that. Now notice the shower nozzle is also the nozzle for the sink. I like that. Yeah. This is a nice bathroom. Let's see. Let me step inside, see how it is for height. All right, in shoes, I am 5'9" 3/4 inches tall. So if you are under 6 feet tall, you're going to fit in here just fine. If you're over 6 feet tall, you're going to stand in there with your head tilted to one side. It's a nice feeling shower head. That's the second time I grabbed it. I guess I liked it the first time. Yeah, you can see I've got a good 3 inches of clearance there. And by the way, this is why there isn't a front window in the Oliver, because it's the bathroom. But I think that's clever and smart. No windows in the front. You are not going to have anything to break from rock chips. Light switch control panel. Oh, and look at this. Look at the Oliver nameplate. We'll come back to that. It's nice. You can shut all the lights off with that one switch or control them individually. Yeah, I like that. But look at Oliver, hull number 1571. What did I say when I walked in? I felt like I was in a yacht. And they even think of it as a yacht. Look at it. Hull 1571. Gotta love that. Probably made in Tennessee. I like that. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. It's just a clean, elegant design. High marks, high praise. There is nothing about this that I don't like. Nothing. Well, I'm not sure about the fiberglass, I guess, but looks finish. Oh my goodness. Now, this was overwhelming. This is your mechanical room. And look at this. Look how well laid out it is, how well executed it is, how everything, my goodness, all of the bends, everything is the right length, the right angle, and each of these fittings is bolted down. This is supremely elegant. That thing that I just tapped is one of your stabilizing jacks. They're electric. You don't have to go outside to crank them. Press a button and they go down and stabilize the trailer. Your heater, water heater. And they wrap the cold lines as it goes by those hot elements. Love that. I mean, they wrapped them with insulation, bundled them together. Nice. Very nice. Now there are two parts to the upper half and the lower half, an inner and an outer. So all of the tanks, this Airstream, pay attention to this. This is a diagram of how your valves should be adjusted in different circumstances. Normal, winterization, it's how hard would that be to put on one of the boards in the Basecamp? Seriously, that's $5 worth of decals. Airstream, pay attention to that. Let's go to the other side here. And it's just as clean. Just as clean. Another stabilizer, your MPPT, battery disconnect. But look at how well everything is routed. Your inverter. This is just as clean a design and layout and execution as you could hope for. I mean, this is aircraft quality. There's your storage that you got to from the outside early on. So you have 2 access points inside. I like that. But I was talking about the inner and outer pans, or inner and outer lower sections, inner and outer upper sections of the fiberglass. All of your tanks are wedged between the 2 layers and insulated. And then they use the heat from the heater and water heater to keep those from freezing. And here's your propane house. I just had to show you that too. It's just as clean as everything else. Okay, my thoughts on the Oliver. Super clean, unbelievable execution, highest quality of any trailer I have ever seen. And you have a second electrical input, one on the right side, one on the left, LP output down low. Excellent. Build quality, design, execution, high marks. The componentry, everything about this trailer screams quality. I mean, I am not easily swayed or overwhelmed, and I am super impressed with this. Like, this is way better than anything I've seen. Hands down, the best trailer I've seen. All right, with that fresh in our mind, let's go look at the Airstream Basecamp. This is a brand new 2025 at Airstream of Utah. And Airstream, why do you not fix this? That's brand new and it doesn't fit. Why? Why haven't you fixed it? It's been years. At least you added an electric tongue jack. I concede that. Nice. Suddenly these stairs just don't seem to cut it. Okay, this floor is a huge step backward for Airstream. Honestly, that coin floor is horrible. You can't sweep it. You have to vacuum it. Horrible. Whoever buys this trailer is going to cuss that floor as long as they own it. The rotating table, very slick. Love that. I love that they lightened up the table and everything isn't the same shade of gray. Okay, that's well done, Airstream. Not sure about that blue. I know some will like that. I'm not one of them. I love these shades. I absolutely love these shades. They have their problems, but they black out the interior in the daylight, and I love that. And I've never had a problem with my fridge. It is not as elegant or as cool as the Truma in the Oliver. And it's just a plain old microwave instead of a convention microwave. Wait, they changed something. Oh, they changed the latches here. Good for Airstream. They got rid of the 1970s stereo cabinet latches in favor of something that actually holds the door shut. Way to go, Airstream. Took you a few years, but you got there. I'm happy for that. That is progress. Now the fit and the finish here is nice. Oh, and they upgraded the fan. Good job. Like that. Still the same crappy Suburban cooktop. Oh yeah, there you go. Did you notice how that just jumped out? Wow. Same sink, love the sink. I don't have a problem with the sink. I hate that faucet. I don't know why. Airstream, I think, is the only quality trailer manufacturer that still puts a bathroom faucet in the kitchen. This USB tower, it's a cool idea, but that is the only flat spot that you can put anything in on your kitchen countertop. Okay, the bed. The rear bed is far superior to what Oliver has. Yeah, I like the latches. I like the wallpaper finish there. It's brighter. It's much nicer, much warmer, more welcoming. The bathroom is fine, highly functional. A sink would be kind of cool, but hey, it works. Very functional. I give it that. And I really don't have a problem with any of this. It fits. The finish is good. It's not as slick as what we saw in the Oliver. These two little cubbies, useless. Absolutely useless. In fact, I'm ready to tear mine apart and replace that wall. That is on my list of things to do, an upcoming project. USB port, nice. Spice rack, nice. Under sink storage, nice. They trimmed that out a little better. That's nice. So they've made some improvements. That wood grain is nicer than what is in my 22. I appreciate that, like that. This is a big storage area under the rear bench. I like that. It is a cumbersome thing to get in and out of. And I just dropped a video on the ultimate storage hack for an Airstream Basecamp. You should check that out. I'll put a link in the description below. But I got tired of wrestling with that and just corrected it. All right, I wanted to show you the mechanical room here, but they now screw this down, and so I can't do it. Sorry. I just wanted to compare it to what we saw in the Oliver. Okay, I love the aluminum skin, and I love the shape of the Basecamp. You got the same kind of electrical outlet, and the underside is not horrible. You see, we have the stabilizer jacks exposed all over. They're recessed, which cleaned up the underside. Our tanks are somewhat exposed here, where the Olivers are wedged between two layers of fiberglass. The Basecamp has a nice suspension, high marks there, great tires. It's relatively clean. But what sets the Basecamp apart is this rear door. I've always loved this rear hatch. It reminds me of an Apollo spaceship, and I love that. I also really love that they've changed this board here and given it a grip coating. That's fantastic. I need one of those. I need to change that out in mine. But having that rear hatch and being able to load bikes or kayaks or big things in there is a huge advantage. So is the slant of the rear end, how it slants up so that you don't drag it when you're going through whoops and valleys. The Oliver can't compete with the off-road or ruggedness of the Basecamp. So that's not a fair comparison. But the look of the Airstream Basecamp it's a much better looking trailer. And the smart plug, I think, is a big upgrade. Having this sewer system down there where it can get banged around and freeze, not cool. And that cap for that storage tube, awful. All right, here's an honest summation. I love my Basecamp, but if I were buying a trailer to go from campground to campground, and I wasn't going on seriously primitive dirt roads with lots of swells and bumps and trying to get where nobody else goes, I would absolutely buy that Oliver, hands down, over anything I've seen from Airstream. I love my Basecamp, I love its ruggedness, and I love the Airstream legacy, but those are the only things that Airstream has over Oliver, period.
All right, there you have it, the Oliver Travel Elite 2, a high quality, expensive unit that just screams quality. Everything about that trailer, the engineering, the workmanship, everything about it is first rate. I didn't find anything that alarmed me. I was really, really impressed. Okay, if you haven't already subscribed, please do so. There's more of these reviews coming, some gear reviews, and more do-it-yourself projects for the Airstream Basecamp. As always, remember, wherever you go, make it an adventure.